to be the most charismatic person in the room, you have to create that space. You have to be that person and create a sense of warmth and presence and interest that actually draws people in. So here are the best tips and proven strategies that will build you magnetic energy and will actually make you a charismatic individual. The first tip that I would suggest to you is to be present and attentive to what people are saying. The key behavior that you should be looking for is to be listening to people. Like, for example, when someone speaks to you, avoid thinking about your response or really looking around. Really listen to what the person has to say, because people really resonate with real, true, raw emotions. And if you can show that to people, they automatically put you in a priority in their mind. It's kind of just like a reaction. It's like, oh, this person actually cares what I have to say. And this person actually enjoys what I have to say. And it's not that you're manipulating them into thinking, oh, I'm just going to act like I care, even though I don't care. You actually should care. That's how you are charismatic. Charisma is all energy at the end of the day. That's what you have to understand. So actually care about what the person says. Focus on their words, their body language, and expressions, because this is going to show an interest and it's going to make people feel valued when most of the time other people are on their phones or they're not really paying attention, or they know that it's going to be small talk. You see, if you make the conversation less about small talk and more about a real conversation with someone, they're going to be attentive to the fact that you are attentive, and they're going to feel better about themselves in the long run. The second tip that I would suggest to you is to smile and use open body language. A genuine smile from you is warm energy that invites people to be vulnerable and open with you. It makes you more approachable, and it signals openness and friendliness within people. What can go wrong with a smile? People love smiles. And a fun fact as well about your smile is that some people always think that their smile is ugly, when in reality, your smile is what actually makes you attractive to other people. Your smile like attracts people to you. That's the beauty of smiling. An open posture as well. Face people directly. Look at them in their eyes. Avoid crossing your arms and being hostile like that. And just be relaxed. Be relaxed with your body. It's all just a mindset at the end of the day. All these different expressions and things. You think you have to think a lot. But if you just relax and kind of just like let go, and that comes more of a mental stimulant for yourself. You have to explain to yourself that it doesn't really matter what this person thinks of me. Like, oh, do my clothes look right? Oh, does my hair look okay? Like, these are all things that you worry about when you are in a situation where you are in a conversation with someone. That's the feeling of insecurity. You need to be secure with yourself and just let go of anything that might be holding you back. The minute that you do that, the minute you're going to be more relaxed, and the minute you are going to eventually actually understand what people are saying, you're going to be in that state where they feel vulnerable and they feel like they want to talk to you about everything. Now, the third tip that I would suggest is also mirroring their expressions and gestures. Now, a lot of people will take this information right here and they will manipulate people in the wrong way to do that. Now, don't do that. Don't manipulate people by mirroring their expressions, and gently mirroring someone's personal tone and their posture and expressions. If you do it naturally, it creates an unconscious sense of connection to the person. People feel more comfortable with someone that feels like them. You feel more comfortable with people of your race. You feel more comfortable with people, who are the same culture and religion. And that's just a known thing. You see, so if you can semi-mimic someone's actions, tones, posture, all that type of stuff, even voice, like how loud they're speaking, it just, there's no battling. Nothing's battling each other, and it kind of just works out. It makes people feel happy. These are also my best tips that I'm telling you guys. Like, these are my best tips that I've seen over the years. The things that I do on a daily basis, the things that I do to help people feel comfortable having conversations with me. If you talk to any of my friends or you talk to any new person that I talk to, they'll tell you that they've never felt more open when they speak to me, because I am such an open book with people. I'm very vulnerable with people. I tell people exactly how I feel and stuff like that. So that's just how I feel, and that's exactly why I'm telling you guys all this stuff. The fourth tip is to ask thoughtful questions and actually show an interest in what they have to say. So the more at the end of the day, confidence, being charismatic, being the type of person that you want to be to get more information from other people and to actually make yourself known is to not be the loudest in the room. It is for you to ask questions. Because at the end of the day, what you have to understand, and everybody will understand this, but not everybody's going to live their life by it, is but if you want to be like a successful like entrepreneur, if you want to be like a successful person in life, you want to navigate life through people, you want to understand people, you want to use people in a positive way for whatever you want, and you want to find a way to sell to people or something like that, you need to be charismatic. You need to be the type of person that you want to be. And understanding people is very essential. That's why I'm telling you guys these tips. But the main thing that I was going to say, the real tip is that at the end of the day, no one really cares about you. No one cares about what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? Even the embarrassing stuff that you do, you might think, oh, this is going to affect me for the rest of my life. And it's like, no, not really. You know, people think about it for 5 minutes and then they move on. So no one cares about you, just like no one cares about me. And that's why whenever I'm in conversations, I just listen. You know, you just listen. And if you show people that you're listening and you ask them questions, you know, instead of talking about yourself, because no one really cares about you at the end of the day, you know, people feel more comfortable with you. They feel like you actually listen because you are listening, and that makes them feel good. And then they'll tell you more things. They'll tell you more things, you know, they'll be more vulnerable with you, and they'll actually think of you as a positive person because they're associating you with positive feelings. You know, bottling things up all day long doesn't really do anything for anybody. And people like to talk about their problems. People like to feel like they're heard. And that's very important if you want to be a charismatic person, because you are bringing that positive energy. You are bringing that warmth into the room with people. And it should be of interest to you to understand what this person is going through, what this person is feeling. So charismatic people ask questions. They show that they're curious about other people's experiences and their stories. And instead of moving from topic to topic in a conversation and being really awkward with people, you know, like I'm not awkward in any conversation with anyone. Unless there's like a language gap, a language barrier where it's like we literally can't understand each other. So yes, it is very awkward, which has happened to me a couple times. I just got back from my trip to India, so it did happen to me. But you will never find a situation where it's like, this is awkward and this person is forcing the situation to be awkward. No, you can make conversation with anybody over the stupidest, smallest, dumbest things. It doesn't even matter. And then all you have to do is just ask follow-ups about any topic that you're talking about. Like the easiest way to do that is to literally put yourself as like in the mindset of like a 5-year-old. If someone's talking about like something that they did over the weekend, literally dumb yourself down and act like a 5-year-old and be like, everything that they are saying is like literally the coolest thing that you've ever heard in your life, because all you do all day long is play with toys and blocks and colors and shapes. And all of a sudden this person's telling you that they went skiing down a mountain with their friends. Like, that is so cool. What did you do this weekend? Nah, you did some cool stuff this weekend, but no one cares. You know what I'm saying? No one cares about you. So you want to be charismatic, then let it go. Let it go. Stop talking about yourself. There's no point. There's no point. You want to get to know about this person. Who are their friends? Why do they hang out with these people? Oh, that's so interesting. Which mountain did they ski on? You see, this is all information that you can utilize for yourself in the future. And this is all good information. It's not to manipulate people and use it against them. Don't live your life like that. Don't manipulate people. Don't be an asshole. Just be a normal person. And this is information is good because you should make people feel comfortable around you. And it also makes them feel like you're a charismatic, positive individual. And acknowledging that is a huge thing. Now, I'm going to stop rambling about that. The fifth tip is to use someone's name and make them actually feel unique. Remembering someone's name is something that I struggle with a lot. There's a lot of people that I meet sometimes for business, for work, or whatever, and I literally can't remember their name, and it's awful. It's terrible. Like, it just sucks because you get down this road where it's like you don't even know what their name is later. So be vulnerable. If you don't know someone's name, just apologize and be like, hey, listen, I'm so totally sorry. I know that we've talked a couple of times, but your name just like flew by me, and I'm very sorry. Could you just tell me again one more time? I promise you I'm not going to forget it. They'll tell you their name. It's a very honest and noble thing to do. If someone's going to be acting petty and dumb with you, then they're just a bitch at the end of the day. And it's just a waste of your time. Like, who cares? But seriously, using people's names in sentences and conversations is instant connection. Because how do you feel when someone uses your name? It immediately brings like, it's like, oh, this person said my name and I have to listen. Like, oh, okay. It's like when the teacher calls on you in class. You're just dozing off all day and they're like, Sanjeev, what is the answer to this question? You're like, oh, fuck, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's different because it's a teacher. I get it. But still, they're using your name. Name has power. When you use someone's name in a sentence, they're going to be more likely to listen to you. And it's going to make them feel like, you know, unique. Because charismatic people make others feel like they're the only person in the room. Acknowledging something unique about them, whether it's a compliment or their insight and appreciation of humor and all these types of things. So if you are using their name and really being unique with them, then they're gonna like you and they're gonna think you're a charismatic person. The sixth, is to speak with enthusiasm and purpose. If you speak like, I went skiing this weekend and it was fun. Like, I hang out with some friends and yeah, the weather was nice. You know, we got some food. It was cool. Versus if you speak like, yeah, dude, this weekend, I went skiing and I went to Lake Tahoe and it was beautiful. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Man, we saw the greatest sunset and it was just phenomenal. The slopes were great. You know, there was a couple rough times we went down Black Diamond. Oh man, that was my second time doing it. Whew, so rough, so awful, so difficult. I have this bruise here. I have this. You see what I'm saying? See the difference in tone, the difference in energy, the difference in like conversation and like what type of person you portray yourself as, right? Speak confidently. Avoid mumbling. I mumble like sometimes, but it's like on accident because I used to mumble a lot as a kid. So I've had to work on that. I've had to work on enunciating my words, saying the right things correctly. And it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's so difficult. But using filler words like, but, yeah, so, but, every time you say, you dumb yourself down more. I swear to God, people I meet that keep going like, bro, it is the most infuriating, frustrating thing in the world. Just take a second and take a break between what you have to say. It might sound a little broken, but it's better than you saying, so, isn't that annoying? Like, it's like an alarm clock that just never fucking ends. It's so annoying. And you just sound stupid. You just sound dumb. Just be confident. Say what you gotta say. Explain what you gotta say. And if you need to take a breath, and maybe you can't think, just say, give me 1 second. Let me think about this real quick. Give me 1 second. People are social creatures, okay? The main reason why you don't feel confident in yourself and you don't feel like you're a charismatic person is because of your mindset. You feel insecure with yourself, number one. Number two is because you think you need to please everybody all the time. Yes, charismatic people please other people because they make them feel heard, but they do it in a relaxed tone because they actually care. If you understand that people are just here to be social animals at the end of the day. We're all just social animals, dude. That's it. We're just here to have conversation. We're here to go do stupid, dumb things, whatever our purpose is in life, right? Just let it go. Let it go. Use your brain. Think. Speak what you want to speak. Be direct with people. The minute you are direct with people, the less pressure you put on yourself and the more you learn about yourself too. Because you can actually speak clearly and you're not fumbling and mumbling on your words and sounding like a jackass. And you're actually just being a direct human being. If you're struggling to come up with ideas, you're struggling to come up with things to say, just simply state it. Be vulnerable with people. It's okay to fail. It's okay to put your ego to the side because you don't know everything. Neither do I. I also don't know everything. And I'll tell you, sometimes I also go like, in difficult situations like a job interview for example, if they bring up a question that I wasn't prepared for. Give me a second. Let me think about it. You see what I'm saying? It's okay sometimes, but if every single time you say it, then people just don't really listen to you or respect you or think of you that much. You know what I'm saying? Well, look at that right there. Purpose. people are drawn to people who actually show enthusiasm about something. So if you have a purpose in life, you are automatically put as a very charismatic person. And whatever that purpose is, try to help people. This is just a good common law that you should do in your life in general. The last tip I would tell you guys is to be vulnerable and authentic. When you're charismatic, sharing a personal story or admitting that you're wrong and kind of basically exactly what I just said about putting your ego to the side is the best thing that you could do for yourself. Being vulnerable with people. Don't act like you know everything in the room, because then you just look like a jackass. Charisma isn't about dominating the conversation and being some alpha giga chad and all this crap. It's about creating genuine conversations and connecting with people and making people feel seen in a positive light. That's what charisma is about. Laugh at yourself. If something goes wrong, be able to laugh about it. You're just living life at the end of the day, and a little humility goes a long way in making you feel very approachable as well. Make people feel valued and understood, and stop talking about yourself. So these are the best tips that I would give you guys on how to be a more charismatic person. I really just wanted to get straight into this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment it. I'll check it out. And also check out my mentorship 101, link in my bio. The community is starting to grow. We got one person so far. I literally made it only $5 for you guys. And there's 8 weeks of content in there. And every single week we're going to have one-on-one meetings where we'll talk about your goals. We'll talk about how you can improve some aspects of your life. I just got back from my trip to India and it was absolutely phenomenal. I had a blast. It was amazing. And yeah, so make sure to go click the link in my bio. Check out my mentorship program. I would highly appreciate it if you guys could join my community. It's only $5 and there's such great content in there, guys. Trust me, it'll change your life. But make sure to go click that video, learn. You can also learn how to be charismatic with me one-on-one. I'll teach you that as well. But yeah, I'm very grateful to be back in the States. I'll talk about my trip to India soon. I'm going to be posting a video every single day, probably more than that. I really want to hit big numbers. I want to change lives. I want to help people. And I'm just eternally blessed and I'm eternally grateful for everything that I have in my life. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios. Peace out.